The energy of money is about receiving. There is a programming for women. There's this notion of self-sacrifice. Oshun taught me to honor myself. Good morning, my beautiful Daikinis. I am MP Miss Pravala, the Luxury Spiritual. So I'm going to start this video with a couple of announcements and then I will jump right into the topic of today's video. First announcement, you will see on the website that there will be changes very soon. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so that you follow my stories and you know exactly when it is happening. By the first full moon of November, you will have 2 weeks from the full moon to the new moon. You will have 2 weeks to purchase your potions from my website, because as of the new moon, which will be on this date, you will no longer have access to the potions the way they are right now on the website, which is basically sold individually. Because my business is ever evolving, so that I continue to produce the best, most powerful possible potions, which I don't even have a choice, because the potions are activated by deities, by goddesses, by out of worldly, extraordinary divine beings. It's just that it takes a lot of time for me. You know, I activate the potions for 1 moon cycles, and sometimes for specific clients it also requires them to do preliminary work, meaning rituals, purification rituals, connecting with the guides and ancestors and things of that nature. So it is a process to make sure you receive potions that are not only divine, powerful in the transformation that you want in your life, but also that you are ready to receive them. So you are rid of maybe entities in your space, in your home or your energy body, which are not conducive to you changing. Maybe it's about egos that we need to get rid of, things of that nature. And sometimes it's even about neurolinguistic changes, reprogramming of your mind so that your subconscious mind stops blocking the efforts you're making at transforming, because as we know, your subconscious mind is extremely powerful. It only reacts to your most deepest, sometimes even unknown beliefs. That is why you come to people like me, so that you unfold and you actually come to face what is actually the obstacles, the blocks. Sometimes it's not even curses that you have. Sometimes it's yourself, because of past life karma, experiences, fears, things, you know, that are not necessarily tangible, that are blocking you from really living in bliss and allowing your body to be this body temple, this vessel that your goddess can truly live in and flourish in. As you know, it is about embodying the goddess. When you embody the goddess, you manifest the goddess lifestyle. Some of my clients, one-on-one clients specifically, the clients that I go to and do actual healing to, have benefited from the box, from the set as it will come now. I want to make things very easy for me. I want to make things sort of streamlined, and in terms of you, when things are simple for me, the work, the potions, the magic is pristine on your end. This is what you're going to find on the website as of the first new moon. Again, I will put the date. For the big majority of people who know my work and who have used my potions and who have been wanting to use my potions, try to manifest my potions within this time frame if you are on the budget, because my business is really now transforming into mainly VIP master manifestors who want a holistic change, a holistic transformation. This format includes your Trinity of potions, which I call on the website Trinité. As we've talked about the womb map, when you do your womb healing, your womb connection, the three main goddesses that work on the Trinity, as you know, are EF Nomad Erzuli Freda, a goddess who is known actually for us as a Lua, or as a goddess spirit, which in my country we call Ombwiri, residing on the entrance of your Yoni to reconnect and manifest playfulness, to manifest being pampered, having this capricious nature, reconnecting you to the notion of divine pleasure, which I talk about in my book, Addicted to Pleasure, the goddess formula to manifest our most capricious desires. Let me put this down because it's really heavy. In matters of loyalty from your masculine, from your men, loving yourself in a playful way. When you are a woman who works so hard at getting everything, even if you're manifesting a lot of wealth, you don't even have time to enjoy it. Or when you've lost this pure joy, blissful aspect that you find when you are a teenager or you're a young woman, this lust for life, which is actually part of our Shakti energy, of our divine energy, loving moment to moment our lives. When you want to go on vacation, when you want to be silly, when you want to bring back in your love life the notion of being playful, not caring about the way your body looks, not caring about what you say, how silly you can be, just being in the moment and not judging yourself. It is about really making your life a vacation. Life doesn't have to be hard, and a lot of women have this programming of when life is hard, it makes life worthy of living, and I talk about it in my book. It is nonsense. It is pure sort of servitude programming that a lot of women have, even women in the higher echelons of society, which a lot of most of my clients are. So this here will be your first portion, which in another video I will explain the ritual itself that I have taught to my clients. Your Ombwiri Shakti Oshun potion. Oshun, again, another Orisha, another goddess. Luxury, really learning to dwell, learning to have better tastes for yourself, the art of receiving. As a divine feminine, we are meant to receive. We are never chaser. So whether it is in relationship or whether it is with the energy of money, when you have identified where your money is from your ancestors, lineage, from your own goddess, and from which matron goddess is going to bring you this opulence. There is a programming for women that when you are a caring woman, there's this notion of self-sacrifice. Oshun, and the way she has taught me to myself, honor myself as my goddess, but also honoring her and bringing her blessings to her. And even the way I have activated this potion with, really, it's her energy. It is about receiving. It is about trusting divine timing. And in the transition time, being under one of the main laws of manifestation of this universe, which is the law of preparation. As you prepare, it's not about working, it is about leaving the attachments to anything toxic, saying goodbye in the most elegant way, because you know that as you are understanding being in the receptive mode, the goddess pantheon, your guides, your ancestors, the masters themselves are grooming your manifestation so that it is perfect for you. Masculines are hunters. They are going to chase. This is even how they love in seduction, when the courtship of going after what they want. You become worthy when you receive, when you're not anxious, when you're not seeking. Like I have sometimes very saddening, very painful emails to read when Daikinis tell me about texts that they're waiting, or the way their masculines are not acting the way they want them to act. Why do you want to control the way someone is going to act towards you? It is about you being in the goddess, just lingering in the fluids of your own divinity, when in fact you don't need anything. You know my quote, right? When you don't need anything, they give you everything. When you don't need anything, they give you everything. And that's actually what this box is about. It's about bringing the Trinity, the Trinité of goddesses that already are in your womb, awakening them and allowing your own goddess, whose seed is dormant in a lot of women who are in this path of sacred feminine, and just allowing the seed to blossom into you. Oshun, receiving opulence, luxury. What is luxury anyway? If it is not tasting food and moaning and loving the taste of food, going watch a movie and loving the experience of the movie, instead of looking for flaws and going, and typing on the internet how this movie was relevant, irrelevant, toxic, how you like this actress, how her hair was. It's always about projecting what you're not on the outside, whereas just going and enjoying things for what they are and being in that moment. And when you leave that moment, you leave that pleasure or that experience, in the back, because you know that you have the expectancy of it's going to be amazing now. It's going to be amazing now. So live in the now and the amazing of now, instead of just always being so human, so depleting of your own energy for the sake of catering to something outside of you. Whether you judge it good or bad or whatever, it is still a judgment. It is still outside of you. It is about bringing things in, receiving. So Shun is the bearer of opulence and luxury, and the notion of being a true feminine. Lalita, Lux Millionaire. I don't know if there's going to be more transformation of my portions, but I feel like I've reached the full awakening for them. They have transformed as well, and it's about also me finding this acceptance of who am I actually bringing this to. When you're transforming, there's no way around it. I can't go against my own goddess's instructions and wishes. For me, it is a journey. So, Lalita Lux Millionaire. Being on a pedestal. Lalita is the goddess worshipped by gods. In the pantheon of gods and goddesses, she is the one who is worshipped. She's at the top. This is the goddess of full Shakti transformation. This is the goddess of when you want to change your body, your physical attributes, when you want to change even diets, when you want those changes to happen on a cellular level, when you want your body to be the true vessel of your journey and loving the vessel itself. This is amazing for women who want to upgrade their life, change neighborhoods, change the type of men who come to you, traveling for business, upgrading your travel, upgrading your what you eat, upgrading the way you speak. You're going to be intolerant to anything that the goddess feels is below you. There's no judgment in spirituality, and even the notion of feeling like you can no longer dwell in vibrations that are not you anymore. So it's not even about, what a lot of mainstream people say, leaving what no longer serves you. It's not about what no longer serves you, because you're serving yourself. You are a goddess. You're feeding. Your well is within you. So it's not about something or someone else feeding you or serving you. It's about you being the whole of you. Being holistically you, being a true goddess incarnate, walking, speaking, talking, therefore being a magnet only to things that are your equivalent. If you are on this goddess pantheon, you cannot be around less than gods and goddesses. Those people, those travel destinations, that home where you live, even the clients or the customers or the company you work for, everything that is now below God and goddess status will either leave you, and that is when you trust that with your Oshun, you are in the receiving mode. So when things leave you, it's about them, and you accept it. You surrender to being a goddess, and sometimes it means that people who are not vibrating the same wavelengths as you, people whose entities, spirits, ancestors, and gods and goddesses are not marching on your path, you're just going to split, and it's okay. You have to accept that. If your ancestors are divinized and you have signed on your contract to be on a divinized path, and you fell on the trap because you felt less than and you were not aware that you could be on your pedestal, that there were divinities that will help you on that journey of uplifting you settled for people whose ancestors were still lingering in the mud. And there's nothing wrong with that. It was part of your learning journey. Don't judge the journey. Appreciate the journey, because it has led you here today where you are. First new moon of November. Oops. It's really heavy. This is what you get on the website. So of course it's not going to be the same price because you're getting 3. However, it's not going to be, I still made it less than the 3 combined. You will see on the website with the old prices of buying each of them separately. It would cost actually more than having them as a set. So I made sure that when you're getting them, it's not about just sacrificing. And in any case, I am not manifesting clients or customers who are sacrificing to be here. My goddesses are in the embodiment of their goddess, and they are in the expectancy, and they want those energies now to be parallel to the ones that they carry themselves. It's about goddess embodiment. I would not want someone who is less than in their goddess path to manifest these, because she wouldn't even see the attributes or the reasoning behind this. If you're not a goddess or in a goddess path, if you're not like a Daikini, you don't need goddess tools. I didn't want my Daikinis who order online feel that I am just leaving them off the street. So I made this for you, which is a sample size of the potions themselves. So this is what it looks like, the sample size. So you get to have this amazing, amazing magic, but here, okay? This will last you for 1 month of treatment or of using. But as you know, if you're in the goddess realm, you use goddess tools. So you're going to do your mantras every day, or at least several times a day. You're going to do your affirmations, and you're going to use your potions forever and ever and ever, because you are a goddess. So if this is not your path, it's not your path. This is not something you try on and you like, oh, I manifested, it's amazing, and then you leave and then you go like this, you know, with your manifestation. It's about embodying, period. With simple size. So this is Erzuli Freda. This is Mary Oshun. Can you see? They're so pretty, so delicate. I love that the goddesses trusted me to come up with this. So, second announcement is that as of January, and I will tell you the date, probably on the first new moon of January, I will do a 5-week class online, which is not going to be a course. I decided, or the thought came to me, is because I've had many Daikinis that I had over my Zoom consultations, healing sessions, the Venusian healing sessions, who are actually spirituals or creatives or artists. And I felt that there might be a need to have some sort of guidance, a way, my way, to manifest loving, thriving, being a Venusian healer, someone who makes potions, someone who runs a business which is not a regular business model type of business, and someone who's not even good in anything like saving money or stuff like that, but still lives lavishly and knows that I am set for life. I'll have amazing money for life. So it's going to be a small group because, again, it's not for everyone, but I want anyone who is interested in starting a healing business and using this format of YouTube or social media. And even me, I'm not even consistent really. So it's not even about the number of views or whatever. I mean, in any case, if I make a video and I have 50 views and out of the 50 views 20 people order my potions, go and look at my prices and you'll see. My business model is I'm a healer, I'm an artist, I'm a creative, I'm a singer, I write books, and everything stems from me embodying my feminine, knowing the balance between when I need to work, when I need to rest, how I bring the products, and how each product is really me. When you're buying anything from me, you buy me. How I embody my products. So this is what I want to teach. Like I said, a small class. I don't know how many people I will take, but just so you know, it's going to be 5 classes once a week. Each class will have one healing that I do to the people attending at a specific time that I will decide. You have to attend, so I don't care if you live in Australia, in New Zealand, in Rio, in Tel Aviv, Mumbai, or New York. You show up. If you pay for it, you show up. One healing when we start, then one lecture explanation on the topic of the day, and thirdly, assignment. You're gonna have practical assignments. So if it involves creating content and I tell you, you have to create 30 pieces of whatever to be seen on this venue, which is YouTube. For me, it's gonna be either YouTube or Vimeo and your website. So the investment really is on my class and the investment to set up, basically, which I'm going to tell you what I use and how I simplified my process and how I get even consultants, things like that sometimes when I need to. I like to be pretty autonomous and pretty independent. It's the way I am. Numerology, I'm number 1, so I tend to really, I love to be the main brain and to also decide that if I want to take a break for 2 months, I take a break for 2 months and I don't have anything that blocks me. My notion of manifesting and living is freedom. Luxury is freedom. Having a lot of money is freedom. Having a beautiful relationship also is freedom, because you're with someone with whom you're authentic, someone who matches your energy. Anyways, so it's going to be that format. 5 classes altogether. We start with healing, then we go to lecture, then we go to assignment, and then we go to Q&A, where you basically ask me, okay, this is my business, this is this, because at every single class we're going to also determine what do you do, or even if you don't have a purpose, you don't know, or maybe you're a healer but you don't really know. Especially a lot of healers like to replicate what others do. You went and had like a Reiki, you know, your Reiki level 3, and then you go and you just do whatever they taught you, and you don't step out of the box that even mainstream spirituality puts you in. And the point is not to be in the box. The point to learn if you feel like it, and unlearn so that you can actually show up yourself. People want your healing. People want your art. If I go and I look at a painting or a piece of jewelry or whatever, I want that. I don't want something that I've seen at other places. Otherwise I would be at other places. Why do I show up to you? Why do I buy your art? Why do I learn your style of dancing? Why do I go to your channeling? It is because it's you. It's your goddess that wants to show up to the world, that wants to heal. And many people don't even realize, sometimes just with a smile, you show up and you heal. I mean, you know that Guru Amma from India? Thousands and thousands of people line up every day just to get a hug from her. That is her healing. So it's about stepping out of your head a little bit and being authentically your goddess. Show up as your goddess, heal the way your goddess wants to heal. It's gonna be 5 classes. I make it very cheap. It's $1,000 for the whole thing, for the whole class, which boils down to, I don't even know, like $200? One, to have me, okay, teaching you my way. And anyways, I'm gonna end the announcement here because I'm already probably like half an hour into the announcement. Today's topic of the video. There are two ways to manifest wealth, two ways to manifest money. And there's no one way that is better than the other. In spirituality, there's no judgment. It's just about learning. It's about the path. Because you never cease to be spiritual. You are spiritual by essence. You are spiritual by default. You were manufactured, engineered to be spiritual. You are spirit in a vessel, which is the physical body. So whether you do something that some people might judge, because we live in a specific society and we need to incarnate love, unconditional love and non-judgment, some people are going to go to, do things that are low in frequency, hurting others, committing crimes, anger, jealousy, all of the egos that turn into monsters. It is still a spiritual path. It is still a spiritual path because it is still tapping onto an energy that is part of you, that is part of your duality, and spirits and entities that serve that realm. So whether you may judge it as good or bad, evil or heavenly, whatever, everything is spiritual because it is still you using your physical vessel to channel an energy that is beyond the duality of the 3D. So some people are going to choose the first path, which is the path that is easy to go to, even if it creates suffering, tensions, things like that. Because everyone has the capacity to manifest wealth. A lot of people, actually most people, have been trained to see a type of wealth manifestation that either we judge as bad because we see rich people acting a certain way that we feel is immoral, and it is actually shown to us on purpose because when a lot of people don't want wealth because they associate wealth as being synonymous with being bad, then it leaves a lot of people really enjoying that wealth. That programming and the suffering, the trauma of life is going to lead people to lean into the egos of wealth, which is I'm going to struggle, I'm going to work hard, acting out of revenge or out of I want to prove to people that I can. And here I'm speaking really as a feminine perspective because the way masculines and feminines manifest wealth is going to be different. My Daikini that I'm speaking to now, you are a feminine. Okay, if you're masculine, just eject from the video because this was not meant for you. As a feminine, you're meant to lean onto trust and receiving and activating your well, your womb to be rid of trauma and to be rid of any programming, any false morality of what it means to be a woman and allowing your Shakti to thrive. So, the first category of people can be very successful. You're going to have a lot of women who are activists and lawyers and feminists and women who are, in the power struggle with masculine. They're going to be career women, but who end up, not that there's anything wrong with being a career woman. The way you know that you are toxic in your masculine and feminine within you as a career woman is when you can't find a man. or when you find men who are not serving you, where you have to basically take care of them. Either men who are really into their feminine, who end up being men who are taken care of, or even literally gigolos, or men who are embodying their feminine because they're leaning to that pampering, and they expect women, older women who are jaded, or women who have so much money they don't have time to enjoy it, or divorced, or widowers, women who experience trauma with their fathers, when they're growing up, or not even having a father figure, or having seen their father not playing his role, being an alcoholic, or beating their mom, or molesting even. So a lot of these women are going to be striving for more, wanting to be seen in the workplace, fighting in a male-dominating environment, wanting to prove that they're equal to men and even above men, but in using weapons that are masculine. So like I said, the way you know that you're not manifesting, the second way that you belong to the first category is this Athena complex, or this, what I call when I used to have a course, all of these complex, all of the feminine egos, the caregiver, serving and serving so much on the outside, needing to have a man, or having to control that my family is going amazing, my man is here, is not moving anywhere, so you need to be essential, indispensable to them, so you serve because you expect something in return, and most of the time you don't. So a lot of women feel like, oh my God, I've given so much to this relationship and he's not grateful. There's nothing about gratitude when it comes to manifesting. It's about you. When you're searching for something outside to validate the goddess that you are definitely leaning to the first category. And I've had a lot of clients who fall into that category of either, being an overachiever at work, or being a vixen. I've had clients who are escorts because of, that vixen archetype, that vixen attitude of, this complex of not trusting men, feeling like they have to be overly sexual, to the point of even vulgar, or exposing too much of their femininity, that it's not even feminine anymore, it's another aspect of the masculine, because masculines, it's out there, the phallic instrument is outside. So when a woman is shows body parts, she may be beautiful and even perfect. A lot of women who are going to go to the gym a lot because they need a certain body. This notion of control and the exterior being catered to more than the inside, manifesting the car, the money, the body, the perfect everything. It's on the outside. It compensates for the goddess inside not being fed and actually still being sometimes asleep. And then you have the second way of manifesting wealth, which may be longer, and a lot of people, women, are discouraged because it takes longer when it is the path of healing the karmic vows, healing or removing the curses, healing the trauma, finding peace with their inner child, and claiming that, I'm going to borrow the title of my meditation, being rich is easy, and being a trophy is easy as well. It is our entitlement. It takes longer because it takes looking at ourselves in the mirror, the physical vessel, finding peace in the flaws, the things that we used to point finger at, the body not being the way social media, models, doctors, whatever, are telling us this is not a good body, this is not a beautiful body. Finding peace with that to the point where you allow that goddess to show up. And when you work with my potions, and you're going to have the Lalita really working on your womb and making you understand that the transformation, it's alchemy. Lalita is about alchemy. It's about burning away what is not goddess-like, what is not divine in you. So when you find peace with that and you love yourself to the point where it becomes even obnoxious, you just love yourself above and beyond, because you've seen yourself on that pedestal, because you have connected with your ancestors and you know your DNA is royal. Your ancestors would never want you to betray their DNA and say, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm ugly. When they created you, you're here because of that divinity that is your ancestry. And then when you connect to your matron goddess and the other goddesses that are here to help us be divine on earth, that process may take more or less time depending on the daikini, but when the transformation happens, it's just like this. It's almost overnight. It starts shifting from within, where maybe people may not see that around you, you have not manifested that wealth yet, but you know that you are rich. This joy is innate. You connect to your pleasure, and no one can take that. No one can separate you from the joy that you are. You are glowing. You connect with your divinity and all of the aspects of divinity I have mentioned, and there are actually so many more. Then there's no way around it. You have to be wealthy. There's no way around it. You become irresistible to money because you have connected to your money ancestors. You have connected to your goddess of wealth. You yourself have tapped into your sacred money. You know where your money is. You know your sacred mission, your dharma, your life purpose. Ultimately, what hurts is that time of healing and becoming almost like what's the word in English? A caterpillar becoming a butterfly, and the butterfly being this symbolism of transformation, of alchemy itself. Of the phoenix burning and being reborn from its own ashes. And you know how ash and ashes are very symbolic in any type of indigenous spirituality and goddess spirituality, for sure. So it's that time of transition where you have to really sort yourself out, when you have to create the bonds with the entities that you lost before. You're, coming back to knowing your rituals. What are my rituals? What am I supposed to do every day? How do I connect with my ancestors? How do I receive the divine messages? How do I honor my goddesses? And how do I honor my own goddess? How do I do my Yoni ritual on a daily basis? And then on top of it, how do I affirm every day the manifestation that I want? It's just like a computer. You're putting new software, new implants on your own brain to say, I am a goddess now. I've healed that part. So now I'm creating this focus lens where I know what my life is supposed to. I've seen the image of what my life is supposed to look like. My subconscious mind, my physical body being flawed is not going to let me down. So I am affirming every day. I'm doing my ritual and I'm connecting through the mantras and using the potion so that everything around me just vibrates divinity. The two paths exist. There's no right or wrong. It's just a choice. Which path do you want? Which path serves you ultimately? Which paths create, even if when you're still alone on your journey, say you want to manifest, or you feel like you've seen yourself being in a relationship with a certain type of man, a man who loves and honors you, really. Ultimately, it's about this harmony in your life. Even when you have not had that yet, when you have that certainty that this is the gift that's awaiting you, you're willing to do the work so that you groom yourself. Because as you elevate yourself, they're grooming the equivalent for you. You can't be a goddess and manifest flawed, human, toxic. It's not possible. It's about trusting, being the expectancy, doing the work every day, and it's not even work anymore. It's about loving. It's about looking forward to waking up in the morning and doing your goddess rituals, because you connect and you vibrate and you float, and it becomes even addictive the more you do it. And the rest just happens naturally. You will start to stray away naturally from things that don't serve you, and you're going to have those epiphanies of, this is where my money is, this is what my money wants me to do today because I connected with my money today. By doing what feels right and what is serving your tribe, because when you're a goddess, you're here to heal. You're here to pass it forward. You're here to elevate other goddesses and gods as well. Even if you're a dentist, a doctor, a banker, whatever, when you're in that goddess energy, it just hits different. Okay, so it was a long video. I hope you enjoyed every moment of it. I loved sharing those messages with you. So let me know in the comment section how you feel. Follow me on Instagram. I'm now back to posting after my little incident of a few months ago. It took me a while to come to, to start back again, but I really want to bring content that really serves you and inspires you. I don't just want to be posting daily, what kind of tea I infuse. There are other people that are there for it. I want every single one of my posts to be inspiring or healing, or yes, to be showing beauty and poetry in the best way my mediocre technical abilities allow me to. Okay, love you. I see you in my next video. Close your eyes and say it with me. I'm entitled to manifest lavish imperial opulence. Mwah. I love you. Bye.